all have moments in life where we're faced with a choice to keep going the same way we always have or to say yes to something new, something better. I'm Kat, and this is Say Yes with Kat, a podcast about exploring holistic health, mind, body, and soul. Together, we'll uncover the practices, stories, and insights that can help you live a more vibrant and empowered life, full color. So, are you ready to say yes? Let's dive in. Hello, friends, and welcome to this second episode of Say Yes with Kat. I'm here to empower you to say yes to your health, your happiness, and your highest potential. Today, we're talking about, dun dun dun, a zombie monster I've named Corty the Creep. Sounds eerie, right? I hate to admit it, but I'm already a bit creeped out because, well, a full-blown snowpocalypse has hit, which means I'm here in the studio solo. Wait, except for you, my amazing listeners. So please keep me company as I share the tale of Corty the Creep and how we can evict this stress zombie from our lives for good. Don't worry, this isn't a horror story. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how to spot Corty and how to take back control before she wreaks havoc on your well-being. Ready? Let's get into it. I present you with the tale of Corty the Creep, the stress zombie. Late at night, when the world is quiet, Corty the Creep awakens. She feeds on stress, thriving on piles of paperwork, overbooked schedules, and endless, mindless internet scrolling. With dark circles under her eyes and a hunched posture, she drags herself forward, muttering under her breath, "Must check emails. More caffeine. Sleep later." Corty doesn't want brains. She craves burnout, anxiety, and that never-ending to-do list. The more exhausted and overworked you become, the stronger she gets. Her favorite snacks, missed meals, skipped workouts, and those late-night worry sessions. But Corty has a few weaknesses. Take a few deep breaths, and she weakens. Get moving, maybe a walk outside, and she starts to shrivel up. Get a restful, full night of sleep, and watch her groan in frustration as you take back control. The less you feed her, the weaker she becomes until she vanishes into the shadows. This podcast is going to help us learn how to starve her out and take back our energy. Stick with me on this whole zombie thing for a minute. Stress is like a zombie monster. It's slow moving at first, creeping in when you least expect it. We think we can ignore it, push through, or even outrun it. But the more you neglect it, the bigger and stronger it becomes. Here's another similarity. Stress zombies don't stop. They latch onto your mind and your body, draining your energy, feeding on your inner peace, making it harder to focus. Just like zombies thrive in chaos, stress grows when you overload yourself, ignore rest, and fuel it with poor habits. The more you fight it, the more it multiplies. Trying to battle these stress zombies head on without the right tools is like swinging wildly in the dark at them. You're exhausted, frustrated, and still surrounded. Overworking, skipping meals, and overloading on caffeine might feel like temporary survival tactics, but they only make the monster stronger. It eats your brain, literally. Zombies are famous for devouring brains, and stress does the same thing. Fogging your mind, stealing your focus, and making you feel like you're running on empty. Chronic stress shrinks the hippocampus, leaving you in survival mode instead of thriving. If you've watched The Waterboy, you might remember the hippocampus is the part of your brain responsible for memory and learning. Yikes. I don't know about you, but I'd like to keep that part full-sized, please. I've got good news for you. Holistic health can be the secret ingredient to defeating your stress zombie. I empower you to listen to the actionable steps I'm about to share with you and commit to putting at least one of these into action today. Form a new holistic health habit. It takes just 21 days to form a habit. Why not make it superpower? As you listen to the rest of this episode, I want you to know all of the information is available in my free workbook, Bye Bye Corty, a holistic rescue plan from stress. It's linked below. Ready? Let's dive in. Today's strategy is all about kicking Corty to the curb by focusing on 3 key areas: what you eat, how you move, and how you breathe. I learned from my grandmother, food is the way to the heart. So let's start with food. What you eat directly impacts your stress level. I'm going to say it again. What you eat directly impacts your stress level. I want to start with a little nugget of game-changing advice around eating in general. Adapt your point of view about food away from focusing on what you can't eat or have to avoid, and start looking at food in a more full color way. In other words, I want you to focus on the full spectrum of foods that are available to you. Try new ones, try them in new ways. Try ones you've had before but you didn't really like, and maybe you will. Because technically, our taste buds change every 2 weeks, which means over time, there's gotta be a really good chance that foods you felt weren't for you in the past might actually taste good now. Okay, enough digression. Let's get back to foods specifically for stress. We want to focus on foods that specifically nourish our nervous system, support our brain function, and help regulate cortisol. Cortisol is your stress hormone. It's also where I got the zombie monster's name, Corty. We're looking for foods that are magnesium rich, have omega-3s, are complex carbs, are rich in probiotics, rich in vitamin C. So what do I mean by all that? Well, our magnesium-rich foods, those are going to help relax our muscles and calm the nervous system. Sounds like great dinner food for me. So we're looking for dark leafy greens. Okay, those are our spinach and our kale. And there's not only one kind of spinach. You got baby spinach, you got regular spinach. You can saute it, you can put it in a smoothie, you can eat it raw in a salad. And then you have kale. Kale is underappreciated in my opinion. And if you don't like it, I think maybe you just haven't had it prepared the right way, because you can do a lot. You can put it in a soup. You can put it in baked goods. You can eat it raw. We do what's called kale popcorn in my house. So we buy curly kale. We put olive oil that's infused with like a butter essence and a little bit of salt. And then we kind of massage it. And I swear to God, it's the closest thing to popcorn I've been able to find. So magnesium rich, we're looking for dark leafy greens. You can also have pumpkin seeds, almonds and cashews, and my absolute favorite, avocados. These are fantastic ingredients to add to dishes of roasted vegetables. You can put them on salads. Use an avocado in your tuna fish instead of mayonnaise. Put these in with chicken dishes. You can do so much with dark leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, almonds and cashews, or avocados. Those are magnesium rich, and they're going to relax our muscles and calm our nervous system down. So now we get into the omega-3s. These are great for reducing inflammation and supporting our brain health. Stress causes so much inflammation in our body and causes our brain to become foggy that these omega-3s are like powerhouse. So we're looking for fatty fish. So those could be salmon, sardines, mackerel. You can go to your seafood counter and have them recommend something. You can take omega-3 as a supplement if you have to, but you can also get omega-3 out of chia seeds and flax seeds. We like to put these in our baked goods. I do a lot of gluten-free baking. These add so much texture to, like banana muffins, you'd be surprised. You can also sprinkle these on top of your yogurt, put them in your smoothies, add them into your oatmeal. Another omega-3 is a walnut. Now, I love walnuts, but I'm like one of the many Americans that a raw walnut makes my mouth feel itchy. I have a low-grade allergy to them. I've learned if there's some type of processing that happens to them, like they're sauteed or they're put into a baked good or they're roasted, or I've never had walnut butter, but maybe. Anyways, if you do something like that to the walnut, it takes away all the itchiness for me and I'm able to eat them. They are delicious. I like to have them with apples. It kind of reminds me of an apple pie. Okay, let's get into complex carbohydrates. These help stabilize our blood sugar and boost our serotonin. Serotonin's like the angel twin of cortisol. It's a feel-good hormone. We want a lot of it. So we're going to look to complex carbs to help us out with that. We can be getting into quinoa, brown rice, oats. sweet potatoes, lentils, and beans. These are all great ingredients if you're doing like a meat-free Monday and you're looking for something that's kind of hearty but meat-free. You can have oatmeal for breakfast. You could do sweet potatoes on top of a salad. You can have lentils and beans in your soups. So think ahead. How can you integrate and incorporate these into the meals that you're already eating today? The next group we're going to talk about are probiotic-rich foods. Probiotic, just attach that word to anything that is supporting gut health. It's also what's going to directly affect our mood and our stress level. That makes sense, right? When I'm stressed, I feel it in my stomach. When my stomach's upset, my mood is upset. So it sort of all goes in together. The probiotic-rich foods you're looking for are going to be yogurt. That's the easy one. Activia. That's not a product placement. Sorry. We can also get probiotics out of fermented foods. Kimchi, sauerkraut, miso soup. Maybe you want to have it as a drink, so you can hit up some kombucha at the store. If these aren't for you, or maybe they're not part of your nutrition plan, at least look at getting a probiotic supplement. Let's get into our last food group, vitamin C rich foods. These directly lower cortisol levels. This is telling Corty the zombie monster, peace out. I'm not feeding you, I'm not giving you what you want. Our vitamin C rich foods are what everybody guesses, oranges. But did you know that a bell pepper has more vitamin C than an orange? They're delicious. You can get them all different colors, red, yellow, green, orange, whatever works for you. They're great, tasty snacks. You can have other fruits. Strawberries and kiwi are also rich in vitamin C. And the green favorite in my house, broccoli. We've gone over magnesium-rich foods, dark leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, almonds, cashews, avocados. Omega-3 fatty acids, fatty fish, chia seeds, flax seeds, walnuts. Complex carbs, quinoa, brown rice, oats, sweet potatoes, lentils and beans. Probiotics, yogurt, kimchi, kombucha, and vitamin C, oranges, strawberries, kiwi, bell peppers, and broccoli. There's one more group I want to talk about, herbal teas. I love saying things like fancy a brew, pop the kettle on, make us a cuppa. Because a cup of tea is almost a form of emotional support. It's also naturally calming for the nervous system. Let's talk about a few. Chamomile tea, fantastic for sleeping. Lemon balm tea, you can grow lemon balm in your yard. The bees love it. It looks cute in the yard. It also smells fantastic and tastes very refreshing. Ashwagandha tea is made from a mushroom. We consider this more of an adaptogen tea, and it's great for stress resilience. So find a friend and pop the kettle on. We've talked about so many amazing ingredients that can really help us combat the impacts of stress on our bodies and build up our resiliency for tomorrow. There are also foods that can work against us. I invite you to take a moment, embrace the knowledge that while these foods I'm about to talk about may provide us with temporary comfort, the truth is they are too much of a good thing. The foods I'm about to talk about spike our cortisol levels, cause blood sugar crashes, and increase anxiety. Think about when and why you consume these things, and then work to find acceptable substitutes. Let's start with what most people start their day with, caffeine and energy drinks. These overstimulate the nervous system, increasing anxiety and disrupting sleep. When we talk about coffee, let's think about maybe just limiting our intake. Try switching to decaf or use an herbal tea. I like to use cacao beans instead of coffee beans when I need a little oomph in the morning. Energy drinks and excessive green or black tea also overstimulate our system. Think about subbing these out with herbal teas like the ones I shared earlier. Refined sugar and processed carbs. These are going to cause blood sugar spikes and crashes, and it leads to irritability and fatigue. We're talking about soda and candy and pastries, white bread and white pasta. I know they're good, but in my experience, they're not really that good. They're actually just very convenient. With a little bit of planning and intention, I know you can cut these back, or maybe even completely out of your everyday nutrition. Next up, alcohol. It does temporarily relax you, but it also disrupts your sleep and increases anxiety over time. You can decrease your consumption over time, or maybe commit to a dry month to show your body how it will respond without alcohol. Consider alternatives like chamomile tea or adaptogens. If you're having trouble sleeping at night, you could create an evening routine instead of that wind down routine with a glass of wine. If social interactions have benefited from liquid lubrication in the past, I get it. You can try integrating social activities like bowling or game night. Having something to do with your hands and your eyes and your body can really help relieve some of the pressure and help break the ice. We all know this one's coming: processed and fried foods. These are high in unhealthy fats, and they trigger inflammation and mood swings. I know it's a hard one. In fact, 1 out of every 3 Americans eat at a fast food restaurant every day. Again, it's convenient. It can be good. Sometimes it's inexpensive. I always tell people, start with a small change, like order something healthier or eat 1 less meal a week that has processed or fried foods. At the end of the day, getting rid of processed and fried foods is one of the best investments you can make into improving your quality of life. Let's wrap up with something sweet, or not so sweet: artificial sweeteners and additives. These are mostly found in diet sodas and processed foods, and they're negatively impacting our gut health and our mood stability. You can retrain your brain to not want these. I want you to try out a test. Buy something strawberry flavored and buy an actual strawberry and taste them. Which one actually tastes better? You can repeat this with all different kinds of fruit. I really believe you'll learn that fruit with all of its lovely natural sugar tastes better, and you'll start leaving the sugar-free banana taffy at the beach. You can also trick your brain by adding spices that your tongue thinks are sweet, like cinnamon, nutmeg, sesame seed, fennel, and there's so many more. You can really get creative. Start by making 1 or several of these changes today. I believe in you. You will find all of this information about food, as well as a suggested 7-day stress-reducing meal plan and grocery shopping lists in the workbook I talked about. Bye Bye Corty, a holistic rescue plan from stress. It's in the link below. Let's talk about exercise. I always thought if I worked out, I'd feel better and less stressed. But what I noticed is some days I didn't feel better. In fact, the more stress I had going on in my life, sometimes the more fatigued or tense I felt after my workouts. Through my holistic journey, I've learned exercise is a powerful tool for reducing stress, but not all workouts are created equal when it comes to calming the nervous system. Some forms of movement help regulate cortisol and ease tension, while others can increase stress if it's overdone. Let's go over some go-to activities that can promote relaxation, balance the cortisol, and support mental well-being. Number 1, obviously, of course, Qigong and Tai Chi. These are flowing, meditative movements that reduce stress, improve energy flow, and enhance mindfulness. You can do these slow and gentle, or you can instill energy into them and really lean into the stretching and the holding of the physical movements. So they can be very powerful workouts, as well as promoting relaxation. Next up is yoga. Not really talking about hot yoga. I'm talking more about restorative or hatha yoga, the one that combines gentle movement with serious deep breathing and mindfulness with the goal of calming the nervous system. Number 3 is probably one of my go-to favorites: walking in nature. It's a really simple but effective way to clear your mind, boost your mood, while also lowering the cortisol. If you want to amp it up, upgrade it to earthing. This is a form of walking outside, but being barefoot, so it's best done on grass or sand. Another activity is swimming. These rhythmic movements and immersion in water help to create a calming effect while also reducing muscle tension. It also helps that it's a no-impact exercise. Strength training. Lifting weights can help us relieve tension and improve mental clarity, but we want to do it at a sustainable, moderate intensity. I've also found when we do strength training, we do our set and then we wait, and then we do our set and we wait again. I love bringing a friend with me. Having someone to trade off with helps time go by faster, brings along some company, and really helps support my mental well-being. The next one is just fun. It's dance or free movement. It boosts our endorphins and provides emotional release in this very fun and expressive way. I'll tell you a quick story. I was going through an intensely stressful time in my life, and every morning I woke up, I did not want to work out. I did a little bit of Qigong. I stuck with my nutrition and my diet, but I wasn't getting the movement that I needed. I had someone send me a link, and she said, "Hey, I've paid for this. I've invited you. Just show up at lunchtime." Okay. It's in the middle of COVID. You click on it. It's a Zoom link. You're used to those by now. It was this woman who was so much fun and so free in her personality. What she would do is invite everyone to be on camera, which was a little intimidating during COVID at first. And she would lead these sort of free-form dance sessions. You were free to be you. She would play different music and move her body in a particular way, and you could follow along and kind of vibe with her or do your own thing. And sometimes when you look at the camera, you would see other people were starting to vibe with you. It was so much fun and unexpected, and it really taught me that dance and free movement is a great way to sweat, a great way to feel like you've gotten your workout in, and really just get that endorphin rush that you are needing to help battle all of the stress. One more go-to activity is gentle cycling. You want to move at a relaxed pace outdoors and allow the meditative movement of it to come in and soothe your nerves, calm your mind. I like to look for rail trails. They have a 2% grade, so there's a little bit of resistance, which gives my feet something to pedal against, and they're often very picturesque and relaxing. So you can find a lot of different activities that help promote relaxation, but the top 7 for me are going to be Qigong and Tai Chi, yoga, walking in nature, swimming, strength training, dance, and gentle cycling. Now let's get real about a few exercises that can actually increase our stress and cause burnout when we overdo them, especially when your body is already under pressure. I'm not saying don't do these. I'm saying do these with caution and pay attention to your body. Not surprising, high intensity interval training, HIIT workouts are the first one I'm going to talk about. HIIT can be great for fitness, but you want to avoid excessive sessions, especially back to back and without a lot of recovery in them. HIIT spikes our cortisol levels and contributes to our fatigue. Number 2, long distance running, mostly for overtraining. Endurance training can be very taxing on our nervous system. It leads to higher inflammation and adrenal fatigue if we do it excessively. You really want to work with a professional trainer and have regular checkups. Make sure you're not overdoing it. Our next one are going to be those competitive and high stress workouts. These are often sports related and have a lot of pressure to perform. It can increase our anxiety rather than relieve it. Make sure you're having fun when you're out there. The other one's not actually an activity, it's a lack of activity. We want to make sure we have our rest days. When we overtrain without any of these rest days, we don't allow our body to recover, and this can lead to chronic stress and hormone imbalances. Shoot for 1 to 2 rest days a week. I'm not saying don't do these workouts. I love them. They are lots of fun. I'm just saying pay attention to your body. When you do engage in these more challenging workouts, be sure to end them with a deep breathing or a short meditation to help amp up the relaxation that you get from it. So, what does my exercise plan look like when I have high stress levels? Well, I can be a bit of a type A personality, which is great for getting things done, but not so great for my stress levels. I've learned the hard way. If I want to accomplish my goals without the burnout, I have to pay attention to what my body is telling me. So, what do I look for? If my sleep is poor, if my body is aching, if my brain will not advance past go, then I know Corty the stress zombie is on the scene. So I pull out my rescue plan and I change up my exercise for the day, and it looks something more like maybe 10 minutes of Qigong or stretching in the morning. Could be a 30-minute mindful walking outside or yoga session. And then I might follow that up with some light to moderate strength training, or go out dancing, or enjoy a swim or cycle. I hope this is helpful so that you are now able to move forward with a more balanced exercise routine. We've arrived at our final actionable step, a boxed breathing technique. This exercise is easy to use and also extremely effective in calming the mind, relaxing the body, and promoting general well-being. It can help you cope with panic and stress when you're feeling overwhelmed, enabling you to regain control of your response to that stress. It's often used by soldiers and police officers when their bodies are in fight, flight, or freeze mode. And as a regular practice, it serves as an opportunity to offload the effects of excessive stress, lower blood pressure, manage COPD and pain, and it can even help you fall asleep when you're having a bout of insomnia. It's also very easy to learn, so let's get started. Sit up straight. Keep your hands relaxed in your lap, palms up if that's comfortable for you. If at any time you become breathless or dizzy, I want you to stop and just resume regular breathing. We're going to breathe in for a count of 4. We're going to hold our breath for a count of 4. Then we exhale for a count of 4 and hold our breath again for a count of 4. And then we repeat that. That's why we call it box breathing, because it's in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4. Don't worry, you didn't need to write it down. All you have to do is listen to my voice, and I'm going to guide you through this exercise. We're going to repeat this pattern 4 times. That's the ideal number. You can do box breathing several times a day or as needed, and it'll help calm your nerves and release your stress. Here we go. I invite you to sit up straight, palms resting in your lap. Close your eyes or relax your gaze if it's safe to do so. Take a moment to scan your mind and your body and ask yourself, on a scale of 1 to 5, how calm do you feel? We're going to start with a gentle exhale. We'll be exhaling through our mouth and inhaling through our nose. Each exhale from the mouth should be slow and controlled, and each inhale through the nose should be slow and controlled. Let's begin with that first exhale. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4. And hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Now you may slowly resume regular, natural breathing. Remain in this calm state and repeat our exercise from earlier. Take a moment to scan your body and ask yourself, on a scale of 1 to 5, how calm do you feel? As we end our time together, I want to gently remind you, if you ignore the stress zombie, it will keep coming back. But if you learn how to manage stress holistically, you'll outsmart it, reclaim your energy, and finally break free from the never-ending chase. Are you ready to escape the stress apocalypse? Download our workbook, and remember, we are a community. I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment. Let me know, how are you going to say bye-bye to Corty? Before you leave, please like and subscribe to our channel. And remember, this is your journey. It's all about taking these small, meaningful steps towards a healthier, happier you. Full color. Until next time, say yes to your well-being and take care.